My name is LaFawn Davis. I am Senior Vice President of ESG at Indeed.
My name is Janeane Tolomeo, and I am the Senior Manager of the Indeed Work Happiness Initiative.
Well-being has to be at the heart of decision-making and policy. I think for a long time, it's just really been around company profit. But how employees feel matters. And in order to have, a society that is more fair, we have to create space for companies and individuals to be able to thrive. So thinking about how employees feel and making that at the center of decision-making and policies is the way for us to have a fairer society.
Really now is the time because job seeker expectations have been on the rise for the last couple of years. We just ran a study with Forrester in the US, UK, and Canada, and we see that over 50% of job seekers say that their expectations around, of course, pay, but also their well-being at work, having an employer that cares about their values, as well as work-life balance, has risen in the last couple of years. So the expectation is there, it's here to stay, and I think employers are starting to see this and feel this within their businesses and really want to understand how to prioritize well-being. And I'm hoping that this movement can give them the tools and some of the actions to be able to do that.
I think the community of founding members for the World Wellbeing Movement is inspiring. Indeed is very honored to join these group of companies and individuals who are pushing this agenda forward. I think this is bigger than one person. It's bigger than one company, and it's really going to collectively take all of us in order to, create the movement, no pun intended, for world well-being. And so I think the founding members that are in place right now are just instrumental to creating change.
Yeah, it feels very much like the individual pieces coming together between the academics and the different companies here that are each bringing kind of our unique value to the equation. It very much feels like the sum is greater than the parts, for sure. And it's going to take all of us working together to really make change and hopefully do it in a faster, more speedier way than we've seen.
So the S in ESG is largely undefined. Everyone knows what the E should be. We're all going after the same thing for climate action. And the G is pretty well defined within companies as well. But the S is largely undefined, and so I think that there's a lot of room to create standards in that space. For Indeed, our S isn't social, it's for society. Because we want to look outward into the change that we can actually happen in the world, not just making us a better company, but how can we actually create societal change? And so I think that work happiness has to be at the center of how the S is defined. Feelings are facts, and so how people feel at work actually impacts how they feel about their life, their satisfaction in their life. So I think that there's a big opportunity to define the S much better and actually create the change that we'd like to see.
And we know that how people feel at work impacts how they feel at home. In that same Forrester study that we did this past year, we see that 84% of people tell us that their day-to-day experience at work has an impact on their home lives. And so starting with work and being able to really make a difference in the workplace really has a through line to the rest of not only us as individuals in our homes, but our families, our communities. We're starting to do some of this measurement on Indeed with the Indeed Work Happiness Score. So that's one way in which we hope to add value and contribute to the movement, measuring the key dimensions of work happiness and well-being. So essentially, we have been collecting happiness and well-being insights on Indeed since 2019. And this data is so special because we collect it in markets around the world every single day. So it's continuously collected. So we have this real-time pulse on how people are feeling at work. We take these insights and then we display them on company profiles and pages all around the world. So I think at this point in time, in 2022, we have 40,000 employers that have a work happiness score. So not only can those employers understand their metrics and where they're doing great with these happiness insights and where they might have room for opportunity, but it also helps job seekers in making informed choices and really having that expectation setting when they go into interviews or potentially start a role at that company.